I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni those. I'm not his father. Not his father.
After 5 years, the EFF and ENCA have finally mended their relationship, and today Julius Malema is featured on JJ Tabane's show, where he's going to be speaking about a whole lot of things. But one interesting aspect that I've noticed while Julius Malema was busy with JJ Tabane is the question on Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. The next clip is of the interview where Julius Malema is being brutally honest about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. He actually says, I am not Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's father. I am not responsible for him. Please watch.
I told you I was inspecting the learner's license of my son. My oldest son is 18. That's what I'm responsible for, about whereabouts. Yesterday when we passed the thing, he said they are going to Kilimanjaro or Manjaro, what in Soweto, and I'm going with you. And then the whole thing flopped because they were like, what is this old man going to do? And my also said, I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni those. I'm not his father. Not his father. Where he was, what was
but
he
I
doing?
think on this one,
I don't know.
On this one, I think you are obfuscating because surely, with the kind of organization you are running a tight ship. Let's be frank. You are not running a Mickey Mouse thing. This is a massive organization with 1 million members. And it could be understandable if there was some just ordinary loose member who didn't pitch up for or who was not a delegate, right? But here you're talking about somebody you have promoted. Just recently, you are pitting him against Panyaza Yusuf, making fun of Panyaza Yusuf. This is incomparable.
You can't compare it now. Even now. If you
so I can't be convinced.
If you want to question me about the qualities of leadership, let's debate that. Not his whereabouts.
No, I want to debate that you are not worried about why would you not be worried?
I'm not.
Why?
Stage is a village. Usibona stage is lokho say UN usibona ka NPA village.
So you're not worried that do you know where he was?
The leadership of the EFF, which was supposed to be there, was there. So where must I work?
So he wasn't told not to come to the NPA?
No, there's no such a communication.
He just voluntarily didn't come. So we need to ask him.
Ask him. I don't know.
You have no idea even now.
No, I'm not even interested.
But you have a good relationship with him.
No.
You don't?
No, it ended at that time. We were members.
Was he a victim of Freud living? They ask him that.
Ask him if he's a victim. How do I say someone is a victim? I don't know if he's a victim. I never spoke to Mbuyiseni before the NPA. I never spoke to Mbuyiseni after the NPA. So I don't know his mind as to how is he thinking.
Are you irritated by the fact that there's a narrative that persists that you are like other leaders in our political spectrum, a big man, right? Holomisa has been there for 20 years, I think. Okay, we don't talk ill of the dead, but Putin was there until the last day, right?
He left with the coffin.
He was 90 something, 92 or something, right? And I can go into the continent, but let's not go there. Let's just talk about here that you get it.
It is public knowledge that Dr. Ndlozi recently resigned from parliament as a member of parliament of the EFF. So we know that he's still a member of the EFF because he renewed his membership around October, November. So he's still a member of the EFF. He's not in the CCT. Hence, he decided that he's going to resign from parliament because he's not in the leadership. But I want to look at it both ways. From the side of Julius Malema as the president, the CSC of the EFF, and also Mbuyiseni Ndlozi as the affected member in this whole conundrum. Now, look at it on the side of Julius. He is the president, and he alluded many times on the fact that there is a person that betrayed the EFF, betrayed me, betrayed the party by not disclosing the whole information. I mean, a lot of speculations were done. He's a good singer. He does this, he does that. He's the most loved. And as they were nearing to the NPA, a lot was talked about. There was a lot of support behind Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, where people were actually suspended for going in public to say that we are endorsing Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, and the EFF really said that this is not allowed. If you are going to continue with this manner, we are going to sideline you. When the NPA came, we realized that Mbuyiseni was not part of the conference. It came and it went. He was not part of the CCT. Now, one thing I've noticed, when Julius Malema was doing media briefings and was asked about Ndlozi, he said that that question will no longer be answered. It is done with. He's not here. Any person who's not at the conference, he's not supposed to be there. The rest of them are all here. We are not going to be answering any question about who's here, who's not here. By getting that answer, we realized that there is a whole big problem on Ndlozi and the leadership of the EFF.
We've invited the EFF to close shop and come home so that we unite everyone behind the National Democratic Revolution. Thank you. I've got his number. I've called him already.
That is why it was inevitable for Mbuyiseni to resign. At all costs, the man was going to resign because he knew that he has no place being in parliament occupying a seat of another leader. So he had to resign, but the question was, why resign from parliament and not resign from the EFF because you are no longer wanted? Now, take all this information and listen to Julius speaking about Mbuyiseni and saying that I am not the father. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni. This is one person where you saw Julius Malema, you would see Mbuyiseni, and you would see the brotherly love, colleague love, the brotherly love of Mbuyiseni and Julius. I mean, everywhere you saw them, they would be smiling. Mbuyiseni would be smiling, admiring the leadership of Julius. But today, Julius says, I am not the father and I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni. What that tells us is that Julius has scrapped the name of Mbuyiseni off his books. He no longer considers him as a person he can trust. He probably feels annoyed by the presence of Mbuyiseni because in no way can you speak the way Julius is speaking when he speaks about Mbuyiseni. I mean, we can blame the guy however we want, but at the end of the day, he gave his reasons that he doesn't trust Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Whatever that Ndlozi has done, except the rumored betrayal of not telling the leadership about Floyd Shivambu, whatever that he has done extra, Malema doesn't trust him. Malema will never trust him. And the only final product that can come out of this animosity is for Mbuyiseni to be out of the EFF. I believe all the leaders, all the members now want Mbuyiseni to go peacefully. He has no place in the economic freedom fighters. If he doesn't decide to live peacefully, he must come up with another plan because in the economic freedom fighters, there is no place for Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Now let us look on the side of Mbuyiseni, a charismatic guy. At one point, Julius said that he has been given the looks, the brains, the voice, and a whole lot of things. He was actually put as a candidate for the Premier of Gauteng. That is how much love, how much confidence Julius Malema had in this guy. Today, the same guy that Julius Malema had confidence in, Julius is saying that I am not the father and I'm not responsible. So as that guy with the brains, with the voice, with the looks, as that guy, when you listen to this, do you continue reposting as the man has been doing all day? That is his job, reposting. Do you continue reposting or do you make an unpopular decision of leaving the party? Because there's no place for you. You can go on and say that, well, I'm going to work from the ground to the top. I'm going to be liked again. You are lying to yourself. That is why when you look at it on the side of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, you really have to feel sorry for the guy. He probably doesn't know how to play politics. The biggest chance that he had that was going to bring the buzz, news would be reporting on him, was for him to resign. Because by resigning, You are just going out with a bang. Just like Floyd Chivambu did. You go out when the news are still hot about you. But waiting, it is only a waste of time because we all know Mbuyiseni Ndlozi doesn't deserve to be in the EFF. It is only a matter of time before he himself decides that enough is enough. He wasted all this chance. Now, when they speak about him, they don't speak well about him. By the time he resigns, all the papers, all the media will be reporting on the fact that what a wasted opportunity to leave while your name was still big. Now you are leaving when they are done and dusted with your name. He has a lot to give to the politics of South Africa, but as a politician, he does not calculate his moves. I think the man is one of the best, not the best, one of the best in terms of the brains in parliament, one of the best speakers, one of the best singers. In a nutshell, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is that treasure that you need next to you as a party. Unfortunately, his reign has ended in the EFF. He needs to go and make unpopular decisions. Go in peace. Don't shame anybody. Even if they talk bad about you, go in peace and not even speak about the EFF. Don't take interviews and say the EFF this, the EFF that. By doing that, you become the bigger man and your name continues. You failed to make unpopular decisions while the time was allowing you. Bow out gracefully. Thank the time you've been given and go and do your work somewhere. Because to be honest, Mr. Mbuyiseni, you wasted that opportunity that you could have used as a bigger man. Anyway, guys, that was the take on the interview of Julius Malema that he did with JJ Tabane, speaking about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I thank you for tuning into the channel and getting to this point. Until next time, cheers.